This segment is sponsored by Flight Adventure Park. Flight Adventure Park has reimagined their parks to incorporate a space and aviation theme as well as educational components to encourage physical activity and interest in STEAM. So get the kids and enjoy active play, group celebration, interactive learning, and the freedom to fly. Joining us now is the CEO, Stephen Yeffa, and Captain Robert Hoot Gibson with more. Gentlemen, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having us on.
We are so excited, and you're an astronaut.
Former astronaut,
well,
yes.
I've never met an astronaut, so the little kid inside me is super excited.
Always an astronaut. You're always an
You're
astronaut.
always an astronaut.
Yeah, I guess maybe so. Yeah.
We are so pleased to have both of you, and we're really excited about this new relaunch. So I'm going to start with you, Steve. Where did you get your inspiration for this reimagined park?
Well, I think you can take your inspiration from anything.
Yeah.
In this particular case, I'm a turnaround guy, and I work with private equity and financial sponsors to help find a new vision for a company. And the company was called Flight, Fit, and Fun at the time, and I didn't know what that meant or what it represented. My wife and I were walking through the Smithsonian Air and Space Museum in Washington, D.C., and I came across this little red rocket-shaped trash can.
Yeah.
And
there it is, right there. So
there
you
it
saw
is.
that, and what happened in your mind?
In my mind, I thought, that would look awesome in our park, and maybe we shorten the name to Flight and come up with aviation-themed attractions and educate our guests at the same time. And it took off from there.
Okay, so a trash can is basically to thank for this whole idea. Also, we've got a picture here, party room hangers. What was the inspiration for that? We'll go ahead and pull that up. Tell me about the hangers as you incorporate education into it.
Well, I think, as you mentioned in the outset, having a STEAM-based or STEM-based educational program together with how we educate our guests in our parks. We have an online blog called Learn with Flight. Yeah. And guests can get videos and have submit questions to real astronauts like Hoot. And,
so you're still going, you're jumping, you're flipping, you're doing all the things, but you're learning.
And you're learning about the physics and all about aviation at the same time.
So how did you get involved in this?
Well, I was fortunate to grow up in a flying family. Mom and Dad were both pilots.
Wow.
So I have been immersed in aviation literally from the time I was an infant. And part of my association with Flight Adventure Park is most kids don't get to grow up in that kind of an environment.
Sure.
So Flight Adventure Park is exposing them to all the exciting things about aviation and space, and they won't all wind up being astronauts. They might only be engineers and scientists and technicians. I can't tell you how many young people I've talked to that said, this has really opened my eyes to the world of science. And so it can be a life-changing event for young people.
Right, and that's why both of you, I imagine, feel this mission is so important, that it's physical activity, but it's so much more than that.
It is, and if you talk to astronauts, Hoot is married to another astronaut, Dr. Ray.
Can we touch it? Your wife she's behind the camera, but she's also an astronaut.
Yes.
It's just pretty cool. One of the first females.
One of the first 6 women astronauts.
Oh, wow.
So when you talk to astronauts or pilots, they remember the first time that they were introduced to an astronaut or aviation came into their mind as a possible career. And I hope that we're providing the same kind of opportunity to our youth and to our families to play together, to have fun together, to experience all things together about aviation.
Right. Well, today it's kind of a cold and dreary day. So I know a lot of moms, grandparents are watching at home right now looking for something to do for the kids. So they could easily pop up there. You're going to be making special appearances, correct?
Yes. Yes, planning to be there all day until late tonight. So, yeah.
Okay, I asked it earlier in the green room if you're going to do some backflips or anything.
I've done a swan dive. Even in the flight suit, I've done a swan dive and then make like an airplane on your way down to the.
You can shoot some hoops. I love it. We're watching your video, the soccer. When we go, it's been a while since I've taken my kids there, but are there new add-ons that we can expect since the last time we've been there?
Oh yes, we've introduced all aviation-themed attractions. So we have. Rocket shaped.
What is that spinning? That's
cool. Our
cool.
logo, actually.
Oh, there you go.
So turned our logo into a propeller as well.
I love that.
So we have our lunar park, which is has large inflatables, aviation themed attractions. We have our lunar court where you can play basketball or dodgeball or soccer. There's other aviation information in the park that can be shared with our guests. You can jump out of an airplane hatch into an airbag. it's a really great fun.
Pretty cool. So if you haven't been in a while, head out, revisit things. Also, you guys throw the best birthday parties. Like, I've done it with my children. What a great place to go.
Well, we have aircraft hangars as party rooms.
Nice.
And did you know facts,
Yeah.
information about aviation that educates our guests at the same time they're having fun.
All right, guys, thank you so much. Hoot, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to put everything on the screen. So Rivers Avenue. Hoot, you're going to be there from 4 to 8. You said you'd be there all day. We've got 4 to 8, but you're going to be there a little bit sooner
Yes.
than that. All right.
Yes.
And then also Saturday, tomorrow afternoon. You'll
That's
be there
correct.
as well. People can go to flightadventurepark.com/Charleston for more information. Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
All right, we're going to take a break. We've got more Lowcountry Live right after this.